Global Centre, my name is Marcus Bennett, and this is a small motivational video in support of the IT job application which I'm sending you. So first of all, you can contact me on my UK SIP number, which is 0207 043 3091. That's 0207 043 3091. So who am I? Well, I'm a British person who's currently living in Switzerland. I've been involved with personal computers, I think predating Windows and DOS, most of my life. Unlike some people, I have been an IT person all my life, and so the career's been a long and varied one. In terms of your job application, I've seen and visited Global Centre a few times as a participant, and I've even looked at some of your IT, and so based on that, I have some idea, I guess, of what you might be after. But I do have good PC skills, including VMware ESX and virtualization in other areas. Aside from the obvious workstation skills, which I think are strong, I would say that I'm an IT all-rounder, so I have a whole raft of other skills which I'd like to bring to your attention because I'm hoping that they might be relevant and make me a better catch for the job. So apart from small systems or workstations, which I would class PCs as, and I include OS X and Linux in that, and then desktop Linux in that category, I also am a Unix specialist, and I'm also a specialist in enterprise systems, so systems upwards, let's say, of 1 to 2 million US dollars. I'm also very skilled in SAN and storage. And indeed, some of my work segments, you'll see that's what I was the specialist in. Some other areas which I think are relevant to the job application would be documentation, number one. I'm very keen on strong documentation. In my last current work segment, I've set up documentation servers, I've maintained documentation servers, and I'm the sort of person who, once they put a solution together, makes sure it's fully documented. And I'm a firm believer that if I develop something, I'm not the only one who's going to need to know how to use it and operate it and know exactly how it works. It has to be fully documented, and in case of emergency or trouble, then of course it's not just one person that needs to know how it works, it's everyone. So I'm very strong on documentation. Another area which might be interesting is that I've done a lot of education and teaching in my time. I've taught many education classes for corporates and smaller companies, and so I think I come across as a good communicator. My mother tongue is English, and I would say, unfortunately, that's pretty much my only mother tongue. I do live in Switzerland, so I speak a little French. I think I come across as a calm and considerate person, and I try really to work well with people in a team. I'm not an elitist person. I think I've got a lot of knowledge because I've been doing this for some time, but I appreciate the fact that you do have younger people who are just starting out, and I'm always trying to get people up to a standard and not bring people down. I think IT is a very complex area these days, and I guess that leads me on to another point, which is why am I applying for this job and not, say, an enterprise Unix role or SAN role, which might be perhaps maybe more natural for me? And I suppose that in the last decade I've become I continue to become disillusioned with the enterprise marketplace, in that it's becoming so focused on high availability that you start to construct artificially complicated solutions that really are known only to the very few. And so this is something I'm kind of fundamentally opposed to in a way, because I like to have an all-inclusive solution that lots of people understand and can really get to grips with. I'm not the biggest fan of fantastically complicated automated solutions. I'm much more a people person, and I want to make solutions that are understandable. So I'm more focusing to these sort of works back to my roots, if you like, which are workstation PC related, and coming back from the big enterprise world. A few other things you should know are that I'm actually a passionate sports person, In particular, the three sports that I focus on are running, cycling and swimming. My wife and I often joke that we think we can easily do a marathon a day, but we're not quite sure if we could do an Ironman a day. But we are pretty fit, I would say, and we do spend a lot of time in the sports area. I think that's about it, really. I think that I do a lot of public writing, and one of the biggest areas I do is a public blog, which is partly technical, and there are a couple of other areas in there. So I think if you want to know something more about the personality of Marcus, I think you should look at the blog, which is https://mazel majzel.blogspot.com. I think that's an interesting read. Always tells you what's going on in our busy lives. So again, it's Marcus Bennett. I'd be delighted if you could call me on 0207 043 3091, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.